students matter most. Despite how the campus looks, and obviously, if you come on that campus now, it is a beautiful campus. I mean, we have incredible buildings, but again, people make up a campus, students and faculty. And I think that once we bring all these together, where there's a caring atmosphere, where there's a family, much can be done at TSU.
I think the first time you came to us, Dr. Hefner, you talked about an alumni fundraising activity.
Yes.
And let's look at that. What have you done in reference to that, and what are some of the prospects, and what are some of the needs that you have? In addition, while you speak of that, also include some information about scholarships and the need that you do have for scholarships at Tennessee State University.
Let me talk about scholarships first. Thanks to the Board of Regents, we can now bring in students from outside of Tennessee who are honor students and provide them with an out-of-state tuition waiver. That gives us an opportunity to compete for the best and the brightest. We have the presidential scholarship, and that scholarship is only for residents of Tennessee. We have the university scholarship, and here's where we have to raise money among our alumni to bring young people in from the outside. I think our alumni, they've done a very, very good job. And since I've been at TSU, we have been raising, our funding has been well over 1,000% when I came in, and that is tremendous. Last year, we raised about $300,000–400,000. This year, our goal is $500,000, and fortunately, we received a $50,000 grant from a foundation to bring someone in specifically to raise money amongst the alumni. And I'm giving that person a goal of $500,000 the first year, $750,000 the second year, $1 million the third year. Then I'm going to hire that person permanently if that person can do those kinds of things.
You know, when you talk about scholarships and endowments and et cetera, how do you see your relationship with the corporate community here in Nashville, and what are some of the things that you would wish could happen in terms of that relationship?
Well, we have, I established when I came here a President's Advisory Council comprised only of CEOs. I did that when I was president of Jackson State, and they stayed with me for 7 years. One thing I know about business people, they're bottom line. If you're doing something, they'll stay with you. And this advisory council has stayed with me for 4 years now. We meet from 7:30 to 8:30 quarterly. And this is and I haven't asked them for a lot of money, because what I want them to do is to get to know Tennessee State University. I found that if they become quite familiar with what we're doing and buy into what we're doing, they are likely to assist us down the road. And so right now, I'm having them to assist me, counsel me, and things of that sort. And I'm sure that on their own, in their own way, they'll be of assistance down the road.
I think you've already mentioned the athletic program with the appointment of Mr. Howard Gentry, Jr., but there's much more in terms of the achievement of that program compared to that program when you first came 4 years ago. Let's give us, our audience, an overview in terms of some of the things that have happened since you became president at Tennessee State University in the athletic area.
Well, we are proud of the fact that we have done very well in the Ohio Valley Conference. We're the only African-American institution in the United States in an all-white conference. And for the last 2 years, we've won the conference championship and/or the tournament championship. And we've gone to the NCAA twice. The men's team 2 years in a row, our women's team this year. It's unusual to send two teams, a women's team and a men's team, to NCAA, but we did it this year, this past year. We expect a pretty good year again in basketball. We kind of expect a pretty good year in football. We hired a football coach who was the winningest football coach in the history of South Carolina State, the winningest football coach in the history of Savannah State. And he beat the great John Merritt. And so I said, anyone who can win over John Merritt ought to be at Tennessee State. So Bill Davis is our football coach at the university. Our first game is coming up soon with Middle Tennessee State University. It's at Hale Stadium, the place that we call the Hole.
Now, you've done quite a bit of renovation in Hale Stadium. Most of your games will be played there this year, with the exception, I think, of the homecoming game. What do you think about the homecoming prospects, and what can you say, because we will air before the homecoming game, what can you say about the homecoming game?
Well, we're playing my good friend. He and I were young faculty members at Florida A&M together, and he's a very good friend of mine. His name is Fred Humphreys. And so we're playing Florida A&M for homecoming. And at this point, the hotels are full, and people have to buy hotel space 20 miles out. That's very, very good. We're playing at Vanderbilt. I think they hold between 41, 42, 43,000. We usually, when we play Florida A&M, we usually average between 55 and 58,000 when we play in Atlanta. So we expect to have 10 to 12,000 more people than what Vanderbilt can hold. But I'm sure that they will not deny them. They'll let them in and this type of thing, so they can stand around the field. But that should be a very, very, very good game. And we're playing in Atlanta at the Dome. I've signed a 5-year